Mwari yong'ech pia lugha madito chore ikaberu mapole Uganda magitite nam ikieno beru Nakasongola district malupe report mage kuno mwaka die makargin aliba beach to malupe kiloko mtuwa papiny machalo pera malaka la mepin marja matika bine karmeno machala doke me balo kaberu marumuwa won komelsia beach apa district retired lieutenant Chigula Sam oter matut yub magete permetimo oltogen wa makalala kama baye borlufu kidonket malwenyi kama lagala kama pin maraj mantikin loka nge makeber doge madun me one infra chulo pire bot one luo TV wanen matut ngomwati kwere iyo pinino matin.
When I came here as a leader in 2016, I realized that I think the environment is worsening. When I compare the environment changes and the prolonged droughts in those respective areas, and I compare with Nakasongola, I find Nakasongola in a worse state. You find that rains go as early as November and they come as early as April. But the sunshine that comes here in Nakasongola is not by accident. You realize that the forest cover, the tree coverage in Nakasongola, I think has gone almost to 10%. There is a saying that it produces the best charcoal. Now when you add that one with some poverty that had started coming in, after people losing their cows, with these long droughts that I've been telling you, you find that every year, averagely 5,000 cows would die, especially these cows that are in 4, 5, 6 years. A cow that has produced 3 times and above, those ones normally don't survive the drought. They basically die. And when they die, those are the cows people save that that produces good calves and have some milk. And when drought comes, they are the ones that die. What people do now is to change from cattle keeping to charcoal, actually worsening the problem now. People in Kampala, all of you, you first ask, is this charcoal from Nakasongola? Yes, so you pay at any cost. So therefore, you have also contributed to our woes here. Maybe also the prices of electricity could have contributed to our woes here. And I see government need to really come in if Nakasongola is to be saved. You realize that now, after losing cows, we have lost the trees, the drought becomes more harsh. As leaders, we also realize that there is a problem that we need to address, only limited by capacities. The capabilities of addressing the problem, which has become so big, because this situation would have been contained as early as in 1980s. We wouldn't maybe have reached on this level, at this level, if there was controls that people could not reach in the extent of cutting trees. This would have been, actually, government would have sunk enough dams such that these cattle people could have where to graze, to water their animals. A little grass that would be there, animals would survive. And therefore would not now become poorer to resort to trees. Now, when it comes to power, it's a problem. Even if you brought power to all villages in Nakasongola and say, home, we have given you power, they will continue using charcoal. Why? The prices, the cost of power. If you compare it to the incomes of my people, you realize that even if you bring power to villages, deep in the villages, they will end up seeing only spectating the wires. And now, as a leaders in Nakasongola, we realized that the loss of trees contributed again more on the harsh environment that we have. So what we came up with a tree planting day. So every 5th of April, every year, it's a tree planting day. Actually, I salute the NFA director, whom we engaged, and he came up with measures that helps us to subsidize on the tree seedlings, which we normally get every year. And every year we get at least between 100 and 150 seedlings. So far we have distributed 350 from 2018, 2019, 2020. 2021, we felt the environment has been harsh. So even those few we had planted have dried up. The biggest problem on trees in Nakasongola again is the termites. And to contain the termites, you need pesticides. And to a peasant whom you've given a tree seedling free of charge, to tell him to go annex a termite and buy pesticide to control the termites, you only get 2%. What does it mean? That even the risk of trees dying off that we are trying to plant is high. There is a need for government intervention to help our peasants to have trees grow. And when we have green coverage, because we are very selective, we are planting trees that are rain-making trees. We are avoiding the pine, we are trying to avoid eucalyptus. We are now planting other trees that can make rains.